Hello, welcome friends to my YouTube channel. My name is Faith Storms. I am a licensed social worker therapist with a passion for human design, EFT, tapping, and energy psychology. And today our topic is tend to your inner children. So, long ago, I read a book called Inner Parenting. Is that what it's called? Actually, I've got it right here. Oh, Self Parenting. Self Parenting. This is a really great book. And in it, it talks about our inner conversations. Learn to love, support, and nurture your inner child by John Pollard. And this is still available because this particular copy I fairly recently got for myself because the other one I had given away or lent out and never came back or something. So in this book, and I read this book, oh my gosh, back in my 20s. So 30 years ago, oh my gosh. Um, Geez, that seems so weird to say. And in it, he talks about how we have these different parts of ourselves. We have like an adult part, we have a child part, we may have several children parts, we might have like a supportive, positive adult figure, we also may have a critical adult figure, and so forth. Really useful book, really helpful, great way to start to get in touch with those inner dialogues. And then a few years ago, I don't know exactly when, a branch, a movement came about in psychology about called IFS, internal family systems. And this theory based was this came out of the idea of family systems theory, which talks about how, different people play different roles in family systems, and families are like a mobile, and if one piece changes, other pieces change, and so forth. And the idea is that inside of ourselves, we also have a multitude of facets, a multitude of aspects of ourselves, parts of ourselves, etc. And this is a really useful way to conceptualize yourself. Because, first of all, I think it's true. I think this is how we operate. And this isn't about being dissociative necessarily. This isn't about having a truly fragmented personality. No. The reality is, we all have different aspects of ourselves, different facets. I talk about this in my book, Sad No More. We all do. So we all have like that creative part of ourselves, or that more serious part of ourselves, or the more social part of ourselves, and or our professional face, our professional persona. And this is very functional. It makes a lot of sense. You need to have the right persona in the right setting. And we also all have our inner children parts, our inner child parts. And what I would like to suggest to you today is that when life gets stressful, when things get hard, a lot of times our inner children get triggered and get upset about things. And this may seem odd to us when we have a mixture of emotional responses to something. So maybe you get some bad news, or you get a challenging situation come up, and you might find yourself vacillating between, okay, this is all right, I can handle this, here's what I can do, versus like freaking out about it and becoming very panicked or very afraid or very frozen about the situation. And at first, it's like, huh? Like, I'm a grown up. And again, this is the adult voice speaking. I'm a grown up. I can handle this. Like, there are ways to address this, whatever situation, versus, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. What I invite you to consider is that the freaking out part is quite likely a young part. This is quite likely a child part who is being triggered, who is maybe in the past things did get shoved on that little kid part, and they were trying to deal with something outside of their scope and their range. And so maybe their reaction to bad news is, oh my gosh, it's going to be on me again. What I encourage you to do is, first of all, go within, explore within, see if that might be going on in some situations for you. If it is, if you can identify it, then we are called in those moments, we, the adult us, we are called to take care of that little part and take care of that little child part. It is very healing. It is very reparative to your own experience. If you can recognize when that's happening and go ahead and step in as the competent adult self and comfort that little one and support that little one and let that little part of you know you do not have to take care of this problem, and I'm sorry you're upset about this problem. And here's what we're going to do, but you're not responsible. Take them out of the hot seat and bring them safety. And that safety can, and this is where imagination is a wonderful thing. You can create, if they don't already have a safe space, a safe place to be mentally and emotionally, help make that for them. Make them a playroom, make them a safe spot in nature, make them whatever they need to feel safe. Have um, bring whatever companionship they need in that space so that they can be safe. And what you will find is, if you're able to identify this, if you're able to work with these inner parts, is that a lot of the weird feelings about things will settle. It's not weird. It's a mismatch. When we have a terror reaction to a, logically speaking, not necessarily crisis situation, then that's going to be disorienting. That's going to be stressful. It just makes life harder if you're dealing with these big internal reactions and you're not even sure why. So identifying those emotions and then calming and soothing that younger part of yourself helps everything just be better. And then you can continue to step forward in today and reality of whatever it is you're facing and take the steps that you need to take without all that emotional um, background noise. And the feelings are valid. Like, if you're upset, if you're scared, like, that's, I'm not saying it's not valid. And maybe some of the adult you might be scared and upset too. However, it's worth exploring. Is it just adult me that's upset about this, or is it a younger? Does it feel younger? How old does that feeling feel? Ask some of those questions to see if you can identify it. If it's a younger part, if it is a child part, then that needs to be tended to very directly. And you'll find life is a lot easier to manage if you start to do that, if you can do that. All right, that's enough for today. Hope that was helpful to you. If you have any questions, further questions about like internal family systems and younger parts and all of that, please feel free to contact me, message me. Um, and if you need help exploring some of these issues with someone, with a healing companion, I'm available, and we can talk about setting that up. So have a great day. Until next time.